What's going on, everybody? Feels like I haven't done one of these in forever, but y'all go ahead, like and subscribe and comment, as I will be back, and you can expect consistent videos from me now. But yes, it is a little interesting. I am talking to y'all now as a 236-pound man. You know, last time I was around 270-ish, and I once was about 303 pounds. That's why I put 70 pounds, and it was in around 60 months or 6 months, because I did lose about 55 to 60 pounds officially in these last 6 months. But you know, I wasn't quite 300 pounds or anything when I started this weight, or when I started back in December. I was more around 290, upper 280 pounds. So that's where all that comes from. But I do plan on giving y'all, you know, my 7 non-negotiables and my 6 pieces of advice in this video that I think will really help y'all. I'm excited because I used to watch a ton of YouTube myself on these type of videos, and you know, I'm just excited because I'm going to share with y'all the stuff that I believe y'all won't find in those videos. You know, I don't think y'all gain anything from, you know, the common knowledge, all the stuff that you can chat GPT. This is going to be the exclusive stuff that I personally really found helpful, that I personally really did on my journey, and I'm just excited to share with y'all. If you watch it attentively and like really really taking everything that I'm saying, I promise you will be ready to lose as much weight as you want. As much weight as you want, because it's all a mindset, and I will get into that in a different video. Later, but I'm gonna make it real simple for y'all. So without further ado, let's get into it. But before I get into it, I do want to start off and say that I do have advantages. I want to address some advantages because I was freshly off of playing football. I mean, y'all can see I played football, or this is a Georgia Tech shirt. I did play football for 3 years at Georgia Tech. I was a Division I athlete. So with that, I had a ton of cardio, lifting, mobility knowledge already, nutrition knowledge already. And I was really just using the momentum that I had from, you know, being somebody who works out at football, and then I was just like, why would I waste this? I continue to lose. So that is an advantage that I have. Another advantage that I have is that I did get addicted to playing basketball, and playing basketball was one of the biggest cheat codes for me. And I have a side note on how y'all can use that to y'all's advantage in one of my pieces of advice. So we'll get that to later. The next, I got 2 more advantages. Quick, we're gonna get into this video, trust me, and y'all gonna be glad y'all stayed. But the next advantage that I do want to address is that I never really had a problem with eating like healthy foods, because my mom was a nurse, and she was always somebody who, you know, was always cautious about the stuff that we ate. So like my whole life I knew what I should eat. It was just a matter of if I ever did it or not. And so when I did get to college and I learned, you know, the advantages that eating right had, I really honed down on it. I really started to cook. And so, you know, my teammates and everything used to laugh at me because I was 300 pounds eating a salad and stuff from the dining hall. But I mean, now it makes a little more sense. So that was an advantage I did have. Is like, dieting wasn't really a problem. Like late night snacking was never really a problem for me. And then, my last advantage is I got really good at using ChatGPT. I won't talk about ChatGPT much in this video, just because, you know, it's something that I understand that y'all are a little bit new. Y'all have y'all's own opinions about it, and it's just one of those things that, like, I don't know, because I use it so naturally, I can't really tell y'all how to use it for this specifically. I just suggest that you play around with ChatGPT in general, you know, completely unrelated from this video. Just get good at using ChatGPT, get good at, you know, realizing what it's capable of. I remember when it first came out, I would have it write 5-page essays on why Ben Simmons is the GOAT, bro. Like, I'm serious, and it would actually do a really good job. So y'all just play with it, because it made my weight loss truly so much easier. You know, certain times I wanted to lift a certain muscle, it would come up with my lifts. As food, oh my gosh, food. Like, I would literally just input a PDF of the menu of whatever I'm eating and say, what can I afford to eat right now? What's the best thing? All sorts of things, you know. It would really work. It would help you with splits, all sorts of things, man. Really take advantage of the world we're in, because if you're not using AI right now, you're getting behind. You know, like I said, you can have your own opinion on whatever, but all I will say is you can be a hater, and the people who love it, they're using it, and all of a sudden they have this big tool to their advantage that you don't have. So do what you want with that. I'll get right into the non-negotiables. So my first non-negotiable is you have to ignore the scale, you have to ignore your plateau, and you have to ignore the praise of other people when you get it. And what I mean by this is, so don't look at the scale, just because the scale will lie to you. Like, it's real. what I've looked at more than anything is progress pictures. And there's this guy, I'll put his ad right here, but it's a guy on Instagram that I really love. It's like James the Nooch or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but this was the tip that I got from him, because what happens when you're eating real foods, like what, and I'll get into it a little bit, but I was eating a lot of real foods and quality meat and everything, and so like the scale, it's a whole lot of science that don't really matter, and if I explain to y'all, I'll just be wasting time, but y'all can look at it. Essentially, you can't really base your true weight loss off the scale, because it goes up and down. It what fluctuates too much. That's the word I'm looking for. It fluctuates, so you really have, I just recommend looking at progress pictures, because you can see, like, if you're not getting any slimmer and you're not getting more built, then you should be a little bit more concerned. But like, if the weight isn't going down, or if you're gaining weight, if the number just isn't going up, that doesn't mean that you're not doing anything right. Because like I said, a plateau will come. Like, I had several plateaus where, you know, I'm flexing to everybody that I'm 245 pounds. Next thing you know, I get quiet because I'm 250 again. But you just have to keep going through it. You have to trust the process, because trust me, at the end of the day, if you are eating right, if you are doing the healthy things, you can't fail. Like, how is, like, math? It's math. You know, you're eating at a surplus or you're eating at a deficit, and you're burning more calories. It's simply math. Like, the calories have to come from somewhere. So that's my first piece of advice. Oh yeah, and ignore the praise, because people will hype you up. They will say, you know, you gotta lose weight. Bro, this is just step one. Like, even for me, I've lost all this weight. I am nowhere near where I want to be. So ignore the praise too. Next thing, and I already just talked about this, but you gotta eat real foods. So yes, I put in the video that I did get stronger, and know that it's not lying. Y'all gonna think it's crazy, but I probably can bench like 385 pounds now. I mean, I was doing like 375 in my football days, but to be a 235 pounder that can bench 385, and you don't believe me, I'll probably do it for y'all one day. Here's a video of me doing 5 sets of 275, just so y'all can see. And I probably should have put, matter of fact, I'll probably put this at the beginning of the video too. But yeah, the reason why I give a lot of credit to this is simply because of my diet, bro. That's the main thing I locked in on this weight loss grind, is I really just locked in on my diet, man. I locked in on my diet a ton, and I wasn't even dieting, like, because the food was good. I can cook. I do cook a lot. Maybe I'll throw some screenshots of some food if I'm feeling it, but I do cook a lot, and I would just eat a whole lot of steak, eggs, and avocado, man. That was my big three: steak, eggs, and avocado. Ribeye at first, ribeye started to get too expensive, so I then went to chuck steak. And then even chuck steak got too expensive, so I just learned the real method is just to eat a lean meat. So whether that be chicken, whether it be some lean ground beef, you know, 90-10, you can get away with 80-20. Stay away from that 70-20, you know what I'm saying? I think it's 93-7 is like the most lean it goes. So lean beef, and then chicken. I used to eat a lot of salmon. I thought I didn't like seafood, but salmon is actually pretty good. Salmon is really healthy for you. It's like low-key a superfood, because it got all the omega-3s in it or whatever. Salmon is one, and then even if those are chicken and beef aren't expensive, but like tuna, and then canned salmon, those were stuff that I would eat a lot. And it got to a point where, you know, if I didn't know what I would eat, I would eat lean meat, egg, avocado. And then I would eat a ton of fruits on the side. I would drink a bunch of fruit juices. Don't come for me, eat your veggies, whatever. And I hate to be that type of person, but you can't tell me that it didn't work, because I just lost 80 pounds, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that was really my method. Third non-negotiable, man, it really does require a mindset shift to do this, because the thing is, losing weight, I don't want to say it's easy. Here it is. It's simple, but it's not easy, man. So here's the thing. As far as what to do, it's very simple. Just eat less, work out more, consistency, and you will lose weight. It's that simple. But the thing is, you know, it's a discipline thing. It's hard to continuously not eat a snack. It's hard to, you know, continuously work out. It's hard to work out when you don't feel like it and stuff like that. I'll get into that later in the video. I only work out 25-30 minutes a day. I'll also get into that later in the video. But reason I said mindset shift, the thing about me is I was eager to lose this weight, because like my whole college football career, I really didn't like, you know, y'all can see the rest of my channel of why I didn't like college football, but specifically the main thing I was mad at was just how big I was and how I was 300 pounds. I really hated it, especially since I wasn't seeing the field and I felt like it was useless. So like I was eager to lose this weight, and that's why it really wasn't difficult for me. Like I'm gonna be real. At no point in these last 6 months did I feel like I struggled. Like, did I feel like I was really disciplining myself? Did I feel like I was really grinding myself or anything? And why is that? Because it was a mindset thing. It was just like I knew I had to be 240 pounds. I knew the way to get it done. So you had to do the things to get it done. That's the way. For y'all, it's so much more mindset than anything. Like, y'all think it's some magic diet. Y'all think it's something. No, it's just, it's a mindset. Like, one of my best friends said it best the other day. Shout out Kyle Fisher. He was like, I feel like, aren't people just tired of being the excuse maker? You know what I'm saying? Like, aren't you tired of being the one that always has an excuse for why you can't do something? Like, aren't you tired of being the one, oh, well, my metabolism is slower. Oh, well, my something. There's all sorts of different types of excuses. I got scoliosis. My back used to really kill me from that. My knees were awful. All my football teammates know how bad my knees were. It really was. At beginning, it was difficult to move without pain, but that's what kept me so motivated. And that's what I hope motivates y'all right now, because take it from me, life is better at this weight. Life is better when you are healthy. Life is better when you lose weight. You can feel better. You have more confidence. You can move more freely. You can get up without having to grunt and use something to help you up. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you can challenge in athletic competitions, like stuff like people used to hop fences and stuff like that. And, nothing like that, but just like, I've never hopped a fence in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I used to get mad at that. But now if I ever get into a situation I need to hop a fence, I'm ready. You feel me? So, yeah, I would fast every Sunday, and that was really for religious purposes. People really didn't even realize, but, yeah, man, I would fast. I would go 24 hours without eating food on Sundays. That's not required. That was way more of a, and I don't think that I did this my whole time. I probably did this a cool 8-9 Sundays out of that whole 3-month span. But yes, it's a mental discipline thing. Like, that's why people do 75 hard. I also recommend y'all do something like 75 hard, because if you're mentally weak, you have no chance, honestly, because it's so many times that you have to consistently make the healthier choice. That's what it literally, like, it's like you have to put in the vote. Do I want to be a fat person? Do I want to be a healthy person? Do I want to be a fat person or a healthy person? You have to put in the healthy vote consistently. And it is majority rule, you know what I'm saying? It can't be an even vote. You have to majority vote for you being a healthy person. So what we on now? My fourth non-negotiable, you need a local gym. Even if it's trash, you just need a space that you can go to when you haven't got a workout in all day and you feel like you really should get a workout in. You need to have a space that is designated to that. You know what I'm saying? So it can be a room in your crib where you have, just some Bosu ball or just some medicine balls or something like that. For mine, I do live in a student apartment, so my apartment at the first floor has a gym. It's kind of trash, I'm gonna be real. It doesn't have many free weights or anything, but it does have some medicine balls. It has dumbbells going up to 50s. And nothing else, it has treadmills and stuff like that, bikes, all that's good, but it has other people working out. So you know what I'm saying? I'm in there, and you get motivated from other people working out. And fifth non-negotiable is, man, there's no need to be drinking Powerade or Gatorade these days. I'm gonna be real, and it sucks because I know a lot of y'all are student athletes, and Tech was sponsored by Coca-Cola, so we would get free Powerades left and right, man. But that Powerade is full of nothing but 36 grams of added sugar, not just regular sugar, 36 added grams of sugar, and a whole lot of fake dyes and everything. If you really want some electrolytes, I always recommend those little packets. It's like, there's My High, there's Element, there's some Pedialyte Plus packets, all sorts of those little, the packets that you rip open, sprinkle in. They're at max about 60, 70 calories. 7 grams of sugar, way better. Now, what I personally do is I drink a whole lot of coconut water. I really became a coconut water fan because it's really hydration and all this matter. And a lot of y'all would be like, just stick to water, just stick to water. I don't agree with that, because what we're trying to do is it requires being a superhuman to lose this much weight. And so you really have to be hydrated throughout this whole process, because if you're not hydrated, you will cramp. And what I did a lot is I would always try to do my best to keep myself healthy, because as long as I'm healthy, I'm motivated to keep going to the gym. And I won't not feel like it because my body will hurt or something like that, or I'm cramping up or stuff like that. I'll always be able to get a workout in. And that really was a big advantage for me. So y'all can really just delete Powerade and Gatorade and replace it with other stuff. And with that, leads me to my sixth non-negotiable, just being informed, knowing this type of stuff, knowing what foods have such and such, knowing what's bad for you, what's good for you, because a lot of y'all are just on plain blank diets that you saw from the first TikToker that saw. And I hate to be this like kind of ruthless attitude, but seriously, that's what it takes, man. Because a lot of these TikTokers and stuff, they want it for views, and they get y'all bite for it, man. They're following an algorithm, and the algorithm work to get you. And my last non-negotiable is really not a non-negotiable, it's just something I heavily recommend. Is creatine, man. I don't really have to explain it too much. I'm sure many of y'all are aware of it. If you aren't aware of it, go do a separate go do your research on a separate video of the importance of creatine. I am a big advocate of it because it's very noticeable for me how fast I'm gaining weight / losing weight when I'm on it, how fast or how much my numbers are as far as lifting and strength and all that went up. So yes, I would consider creatine a non-negotiable just because I've seen what it does to my peers and friends as well, and it's heavily researched, so you know what I'm saying, it's not really too much to be scared about. There's a lot more things to be scared about that y'all don't really be worrying about, but y'all be worried about stuff like creatine. But anyways, yeah, that's it for my non-negotiable. So just now to get into the category of great advice, my first piece of great advice is just to make walking a daily thing because it's very low effort, high reward. Number one, it's way more than just weight loss. As I mentioned earlier, like I was so big on like all the things. I was just big on like being a healthy person in life, man. You know, having good spiritual health, good emotional health, and all that. And walking definitely. They say it's like the #1 antidepressant. They say if people would just go on walks instead of going on antidepressants, society would be a better place. But yeah, man. I really like walking because it's very easy to do. It's good, and like you'll find that you like it. And what I would do is like like I said, I'm in college, so like classes that I used to drive to, I would now walk to, and like I would walk to the rec center sometimes and stuff like that. And you know, that's a cool, simple way to get you 350 calories. You know, all y'all who love snacking. If you love snacking, go ahead, walk to the store to get you the snack, then walk back. You basically eat the snack at 50 net gain calories. You know what I'm saying? That make the snack not too bad. So that's one way. Like think about how they are in Europe, bro. Like everybody in Europe, everybody knows Europe is way more healthier as far as like the normal average person than us, and that's because they walk everywhere, man. And so my next piece of advice is that you're drinking your calories, bro. I already kind of talked about this with the power rate and everything, but that's another thing that I probably should have put in addressing my advantages. I never really drunk Coke, never really drunk any soda or anything like that. You know, I stay away from alcohol and all of that too. But y'all will be shocked. Like everybody thinks of calories as just the stuff you're eating. So like you'll eat a good meal and then you'll drink a 300-calorie soda and lemonade with it. And you know we live in America, everything's supersized. So you go to McDonald's and you get a McChicken and some apple bites, nigga. You chilling. Then bam, you slap a large sweet tea on it. All of a sudden you're not chilling anymore because that stuff is strictly sugar too, bro. So I'm gonna be real. I did get to a point where I just drunk mainly water and coconut water and then fruit juices. That would be kind of my thing. Oh, lemonades. Everybody who knows me knows I'm a huge lemonade guy, but nah, I would freshly squeeze the lemonade. Because you know what I'm saying? You get a little calories burn from cutting it, squeezing the lemonade, and then it's freshly squeezed. It makes it more better and more authentic for your body. I will say there was never really a point I was on a true diet during this cut. I would just eat better. You know what I'm saying? I was a big advocate that as long as it's like it's stuff that I make, I don't really care. Like I don't care if I'm cooking some pasta with tons of carbs, tons of all that mess, because at least I saw what went in it. At least it's real ingredients. At least it's stuff that like I can control, you know what I'm saying, and I can track it easily. So yeah, that's my next non-negotiable. My next one is or not non-negotiable piece of advice, but the next one I kind of hinted at this earlier, is you want to make this stuff light, bro, because if you make it hard, you won't continue, bro. If you do a bunch of hard work, and like I know some people all the time who, you know, they really get on their grind, and then their first lift, they got this super planned out list, because I don't know if y'all realize, but you get dopamine from planning stuff too. So don't like get caught up in this whole thing of, you know, this vision of you that you can't wait to be one day, because all you're doing is just creating, like you're getting excitement from that, and it is delaying the excitement that you need to get from actually putting, you know, action brick to brick to make that happen. But yeah, man, you just want to be able to consistently do a little bit every day. Like I tell all my friends all the time, they can't believe me, they think I'm joking. I promise you I don't ever lift more than like 30 minutes, bro. I'll come in, like my average lift is probably 23 minutes. I'll come in, do some stuff that per muscle group. I really don't even go in with a plan, man. I don't have splits. y'all can come to me, say whatever, you know, you're not maximizing this, that. Like I said earlier in the video, it's kind of hard to just tell me those type of things, because I like to say losing 70 pounds in 6 months is pretty good, no matter how it got done. So yeah, I wouldn't really come in with a plan. I would just really intently knock out the stuff that I want to get. So if it was bench press, I mean, if I wanted to get a chest day in, I would intently knock out some reps on bench press. I would intently knock out some stuff on incline bench and dumbbell bench and all that, hit some machines, and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? That's the benefit I was talking about earlier, where I know I've lifted a ton, so I know the type of things that I can do per day, per body, to get me to where I need to go. But yeah, man, y'all say what up to Fonzie. Nah, Fonzie ain't gonna say what up. He's outside. He don't want to go over the rail. But anyways, yeah, man. And to that point, listen to your body too. When your body hurt, bro, don't go do something that's gonna make it more hurt, because then you're not gonna want to lift. So what I would like, I was rarely hurt, and that's why I would do a ton of mobility. I was always trying to keep myself healthy, because I knew as soon as I get hurt, as soon as there's something like that can put me out for time, but bro, you can't afford to take a week off when you're doing this, man. You take a week off, that really sets you back, bro. And that's a week that you could have got going forward. So I would do everything I could, everything in my power, to make sure that I'm healthy. You know, that's why a lot of people would laugh at me for going to sleep at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night in college. But I got to do it because I need to get my rest, so in the morning I can get a good workout in. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be super tired and just nap all day to where I miss my workout. So yeah, make sure that you're good. And you know, your appetite will shrink as you lose weight. I mean, as you eat less. So just force yourself to, like, a lot of y'all will think that y'all hop on a diet or whatever, y'all will change the way you eat, and it will just be so terrible at first and you can't really see your way through it. But I promise you, your appetite gets used to this. We were created by the best creator ever, and our bodies are, you know, really just great at adapting. So when you eat less, your body will realize that it needs to function off less, so it'll make it easy. And that's really it for all my pieces of great advice. I would be shocked if you made it to the end of this video. If so, just leave any singular emoji. Hopefully something to do with like strength or like money, to let y'all know that, you know, the rent is due. It's time to pay the rent. And if you made it to this, if you made it this far in the video, you are clearly serious about this, and you clearly, you know, it's time, bro. It's not much more to say. Like I said earlier, bro, like, do you just want to continue to be the excuse maker? Do you want to always have the reason that you didn't do something? Or do you want to just go ahead and knock something out? Like for me, I knocked it out this semester, so now I can live the rest of my life as somebody who has lost this weight. So yeah, man, please throw a like if you enjoyed this video. Please comment any questions. I'm getting back to my grind, so I'm answering all sorts of questions, and I really do get joy out of helping y'all out. So help me help y'all. Any question, go ahead, comment it. We gonna get right together. And as always, man, y'all be good, be blessed, peace. Shout out or subscribe to my podcast channel, because that's gonna be get going here soon. I can't make any promises this week. This YouTube stuff get tiring when it's just you. But anyways, man, y'all be good, y'all be blessed, peace.